Lesson 2.9 is rationalizing binomial denominators. We talked about a binomial is two terms. So now you're having two terms on the bottom of the fraction. Maybe just one part has a radical. You still have to then rationalize the denominator to get rid of that radical. So let's talk about a conjugate. We actually talked about this a couple lessons back, and I told you we'd get to it. It's formed by changing the sign between two terms in a binomial. So let's say I had 4x plus 1 as a binomial. The conjugate would be 4x minus 1. Even if this first term was negative, it would still stay negative. The only thing that changes between the terms is the plus or minus sign. So number one, to get rid of this radical part, since this is all together, I have to multiply by the conjugate of this, which should still be negative 8, but now I'm going to change this minus into a plus square root of 11. And you put it over itself, because remember, when we're multiplying, we don't want to change the value of what this was, and so multiplying something over itself, that's really a 1, and multiplying by 1 keeps things the same. Okay, so let's think about what this looks like. Let's go down here. You have to distribute the 6. So I'll write it out for 6 times negative 8 plus square root of 11 over binomial times binomial. So see how everything's building off of what we've already done. Okay, now distribute the 6. 6 times negative 8 is negative 48. 6 times positive square root of 11 is positive 6 square roots of 11. Done with the top. FOIL has to happen on the bottom. So negative 8 times negative 8 is 64. Outers is going to be negative 8 square roots of 11. Inners is going to be negative times negative is positive 8 square roots of 11. And then a negative times a positive, a negative square root of 11 times square root of 11, which is square root of 121, which is actually 11. Okay, so on the top, can't simplify the radical, so I'm going to leave it. On the bottom, I'm going to put my 64 minus 11 together, which would be 53. And then this cancels. So actually I'm done. So I should have maybe waited and showed you that better. So this canceled because it was a negative and a positive of the same thing. That was 64 minus 11, which got me the 53. Okay, next. Change color so it doesn't get so jumbled. So again, we got to get rid of this radical in the denominator. This is a package deal. It goes together. So we have to multiply by negative 4 minus square root of 14. So this is really negative 2 times negative 4 minus square root of 14 over negative 4 plus square root of 14 times negative 4 minus square root of 14. Distribute the negative 2, that would be positive 8 plus 2 square roots of 14. Denominator you have to FOIL. Negative 4 times negative 4 is 16. You're going to get a negative times a negative is a positive 4 square roots of 14. Inners you're going to get a negative 4 square roots of 14, so you'll see that those cancel. 14, or positive times negative is negative, square root of 14 times square root of 14. Put 14 squared, but I think that's what? 196 if you want that number. Okay, but I know this and this cancel, so this is really just minus 14. Okay, so I get 8 plus 2 square roots of 14 over 16 minus 14. 16 minus 14 would be 2. Now you're not done on this one, because what happens is each term on the top can get divided by this single term on the bottom. That's how you simplify, but you can't take a radical divided by a regular number. So we'll do 8 divided by 2, that gets us 4. 2 divided by 2 is a 1. I don't really need a 1 in front of my square root of 14. So that would actually be your final answer in simplest form. All right, one more. I'll switch colors again. I'll actually write it down here. Okay, we need to multiply by 5 minus square root of 7, top and bottom. you're going to have to FOIL both top and bottom. So it just takes a little bit longer, but it's not bad. First would be 20. And then minus 4 square roots of 7. Minus 5 square roots of 7. Negative times negative would be positive. Are you getting the gist of this? That 7 times 7 is 49. Square root of 49 is back to 7. Okay, same thing on the bottom. You get 25. Negative 5 square roots of 7. Inners would be 5 square roots of 7. And then last would be a positive times a negative is a negative. 7 times 7 is 49. Square root of that's back to 7. So these will cancel. Let's combine like terms on the top. We got 20 plus 7 is 27. We have a negative 4 minus 5 is negative 9. Square roots of 7 all over 25 minus 7, which is 18. And then let's see if we can simplify that. So 27 doesn't divide by 18, but we could take out a 9. So divide by 9 with all these numbers. 27 divided by 9 is 3. 9 divided by 9 is a 1, which I don't need in front. 18 divided by 9 is a 2. So that would be your final answer.